So at my current school, we're reviewing fractions and we are reviewing partitioning, and I was able to do a partitioning activity, I was able to do a fraction activity, which included partitioning. And it was clear that many of the students, even though the standard says that they should know partitioning and how to do it, that they had no idea what partitioning was. They knew how to do it, but they didn't realize what they were doing necessarily. So, I had them partitioning two visual models and comparing them that way. And then I also had them do it with number lines, because it says not to find the common denominator quite yet at the beginning. So I was trying to do it without finding that common denominator. But I think it leads to a lot of misconception, and they don't understand how the numbers truly compare. So, and they just want to use the strategies they're used to using with whole numbers, and they're not seeing the fractional sizes. Some of them can make the connection, but they do have to still draw it out. They can't just be like, oh, well, 4/5 is bigger than 2/3. They have to draw it out, and they just guess because they think, someone will think, oh, well, we remember that they say the smaller number is always bigger, so it's 2/3. They're trying to overanalyze it and not really understanding the concept. So I think if we used some of the sharing and comparing situations that the chapter talked about would be very beneficial to the students. Maybe introduce them to the partitioning in the similar way, but then take it the next level. Have them put it in real life situations, and that might help it click because they can see how partitioning really relates to real life and how they're able to share different things among different people or different groups or whatever. And they can see how those two connect. And so I think even the pizza problem, if I was to work that out with a group of students and take them through step by step and how to solve it, and then how to even develop ratios and common denominators so that you can see that this is exactly the number. It would be 8 and 24 and 9 and 24. This is the exact difference, and that's how we know for sure that this is partition more, so that there's not that disconnect with the visual models, that they know they're the same, out of the same fraction, and that one is bigger than the other. One has more out of the same number, out of the same size pieces. But if we didn't do the common denominator, I think it would still be very beneficial to do the sharing and comparing. Just do it with how they say, oh, well, there's 8 people and 3 pizzas, so each person gets 3/8. If they can just make that connection, they could that could help them a lot to understand partitioning, what partitioning really is.